Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at XRP, and we're going to do so on the Binance chart because it has so much history going back all the way to 2017 when we hit this this local high. Back then it was about 331, and then from there came in, sold off massively, created this triangle, broke down from the triangle, retested the center point of the triangle, which is normal. And then we came down, had this consolidation, had this accumulation, and then from there, we absolutely launched. And then from there, we created what I believe is descending or a descending wedge, right? There's actually two ways to look at this, and I'm going to show you both ways, and they're super important uniquely to themselves and each into one another. And what I mean by that is you'll see in just a second. So this... We're going to start by looking at the descending wedge because this one's interesting, right? So if we mark it like this, we had the lows here, which create this bottom. Then we had the highs, and that creates that down slope, right? Then we broke out. We came back tested a couple of times, came back down, and then from there absolutely launched. So what's interesting about this is if we do a price calculation on the breakout of the wedge, the down descending wedge, you can see it happens from the breakout zone, right? So that would be technically from right here. So technically we haven't hit our target. Our target from the breakout of that wedge would technically be $3.89. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? So the other things I want to look at is back when we created, here's the previous all-time high right here at let's make it precise. Okay, it looks like it was 338. Then we came up here, we tested it a couple of times, we wicked through it, but we never closed above it, right? So keep that in mind. Then what did we do here? So now we've come through, and yesterday we closed above not only the previous all-time high, but the high before that. So that's good price movement and price action. What we wanted to see today, however, was some follow through. Okay, so it was on decent volume, this move yesterday, but today we did not get a confirming candle. And what do I mean by a confirming candle? Well, a confirming candle would have needed to close today above 355, and that still might be possible because right now it's 1 o'clock on Friday. So we'll see where this closes, but that's what we're looking for, is a close above 355. If we get a close above 355, then technically speaking, we now have a confirmed breakout of the all-time high, okay, of this right here. So that's very, very important. Now, if we close kind of where we're at right now at 341 and we don't close back below the previous all-time high, then that's still in place and is not negated. So a lot of things depend on today's close. Now, if we keep closing above this line here but don't confirm, then we're still good, but we still need that confirmation. Once we close back under this previous all-time high, then it resets. So we really kind of need to watch how the next couple of days develop to see where this closes, right? Okay, the other way I wanted to look at it is, so we have the descending wedge. The other way to look at it is I'm going to take off some of these things. So take off that price target, take off put on the parallel, and actually we can leave that on. So the other way you can look at this is inside this parallel, right? So we came up, and you can see how I created off this bottom, dragged it up, right? So if you get your parallel tool, right, and you start down here, right, you take those bottoms, and then you just drag up to that high there, and then you'll see we came up, we tested it, wicked down, and then consolidated, and then finally went through it. So, a couple of things. This could play out a few different ways, in my opinion. And let me close this here. So, what are we looking for, right? I mentioned what we're ultimately looking for is a close to keep this bullish momentum and take us up to that 387 target. Is we got to see that close above that 355. So we might do kind of something like this, consolidate, and then go. So that's option one. Option 2, based on this parallel, or scenario 2, I should say, is, you know, we do something like this, come back in and reattack that parallel and then bounce from there. So really there's two ways to kind of look at this, right? Entry point obviously on that play would be right there. If we get the breakout above, or say we do something like this, right? So say we do confirm above, and then maybe it consolidates up here, right? And then goes. So there's also a third scenario. As we get that confirmation, it consolidates a little more and then goes higher. At that point, once we get that confirmation, the way you're going to want to look to play this, once we get that confirmation, is you're going to want to do, once that confirmation is in place, then what you're looking for is a buy right here. So there's two essentially entry points if you're not already long XRP. If you're already long XRP, then you're just going to hold it and you're just going to see how this plays out and then ultimately trade around that. Or if it's a long-term position, you're holding it. But if you're looking to get into XRP, these are the two areas in which I'd be looking to get in if I wasn't in, and how I would play it based on those different scenarios. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. I mean, it's super bullish price structure. It's super bullish price action. Now it's just a matter of what does it do from here. Do we get that retest of the parallel? That honestly would be, I think, ideal, because this would give you that back test. It would give you some a spring, if you will, to really launch from here. If we just go up from here, it's still super bullish, but I don't know that you get as much of a move from that, because there's not enough spring, enough loading to make that move happen. So anyways, guys, so that's kind of how I see XRP. Hopefully you found this TA, technical analysis, valuable. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Tick that little bell. You'll get these alerts in real time, live, as I identify these market opportunities. And I'm going to be doing some more crypto. Obviously, it's hot right now. So my next one probably will be ETH, and then I'll do Solana. But yeah, just drop a comment below. Tell me you want to see more crypto. And then, yeah, weigh in. Let me know what you're thinking, how you're interpreting these charts, and how you see them. So until next time, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.